Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Today is December 12th of 2022. It's Tuesday. It's 39 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius. And name that tune is... Now, those of you of German descent should be able to recognize this tune. Real old. And in German, it's called Nach, Regen, Scheint, Sonne. Forgive me, those who speak German. I know I butchered it up. But in English, I got it written down here. It's called After Rain, the Sun Shines. And Steve from the garden, that's his video, he gave me a suggestion. He said, Tom, take a picture of the underside with your phone and enlarge it. And I got some of the words. I just had to correct the spelling on it. Oh, you can't see it, it's in gray, but that's what it is. Pretty good song. And on YouTube, they only give you 17 seconds of it, so what are you going to do? But it sounded good. It was just like it was an old German song. So today we're going to do an avocado repot. It likes a well-draining soil. We're using Sun Grow Cactus Mix Black Gold. It takes about 2 months for the seed to sprout. And Steve, once again, thank you so very much for that great suggestion. But here's our avocado, and this one I started in sphagnum moss. Just pure sphagnum moss, so I don't know how the roots are going to be. Oh my goodness, we got a nice set of roots. Look at this. And that's all in sphagnum moss. So I don't know if we can get some of the soil out because it's so compacted in the moss. So we'll just take it off like that. I know you'll enjoy this music. I enjoy it a lot. Nice old song. There we go. The sphagnum moss is loosening up pretty good. And I think you can see it grew into something. I don't know if it's a rock or what, but let's take it out with the water. You ain't seeing what I'm doing. That's no good. There we go. That's the root system. We're still getting it out. I like this underwater root raking, less of a mess. And the soil comes off the roots real neat. Let me see if I can get this a little closer for you. There. I got a couple of pots just to see what I can get out of it. Well, we had a little bit of music today. And it's still going. I probably overwound it a little bit, but it's still going good. Now we're going to leave a lot of the sphagnum moss on there because the sphagnum moss really gets the roots to growing. Look at that root system on there. And you can see how tall it is. It's very tall. So there's all kind of buds here. So I'm going to clip it about... Let me see if you can see it better. I'm going to clip it about here so I can force the buds to back out more. Because otherwise, if you let it grow, it's going to grow tall. So I'm going to take my ironwood pruners, and if you can see it, I'm going to go right about here and cut. And then, let's put this on the side. Let's leave this in the water. I think this pot will be good because it'll give it a nice... This is from the Dollar Tree, only $1. Well, $1.25 now, and I just drilled some holes in there with a 3/4 inch Foster bit. So if this goes in, oh yeah, it'll give out a nice root base. But let's see what else we got on here. See if we can straighten out this mess over here using our fingers. Or our chopstick. We'll just get it into the water more, and you can see by me just going real lightly, just firing in that chopstick into the soil and just moving it out. These roots are combing out real nice and real easy. So there. I think we got it. Just like that. Look at that root system. Holy camole, look at that. So if we spread it out, we're going to still leave some of that moss in there on it right now. This is the roots attached to it. So I'm going to put this on the dish here because all I want is the moss. And you can see they're still growing. It's a nice healthy root system. So I'm going to take and just trim some of these roots off just a little bit to here so we can get them to start growing some more. And you can see how it cracked it open. Now hopefully these little buds here will start it off. There's another bud there, but you can run your fingers there and you can feel a bud there, bud there, bud there. So we got two good leaves there to start it to grow. So what I'm going to do is take some of this moss and stick it in the bottom. Just like that. Take some of them roots out of there. Just a little bit over the holes. Even though I got the screen in there, but just a little bit to get it going. We're going to use our cactus mix from Sungrow. I wasn't going to use Ted's, but I didn't have enough of it in the bucket. It was too dark out to go in the garage and get it. So I have to do that tomorrow. Let's get all that stuff out of the way. Let me pull this back so you can see it. So we finally found the name of that song thanks to Steve and his suggestion. Here I thought it was Scandinavian or something like that, but it's not. It's an old German song. Let's put our ironwood needle nose on the side. Let me get my measuring cup. Now that's our Sungrow. Look how nice it looks. And that's a nice fast draining soil. Because usually, there we go. Usually these trees like a fast draining soil because if the soil is too wet, it gets some kind of a fungus rot on the roots. But with the sphagnum moss, it didn't do that. Even though the sphagnum moss dries out at time, but it was still good. So we're going to try to rake these roots out the best we can. I should put this in here and get that out of the way so I don't spill it or step in it. There we go. And then let me get this out of the way and put this back in the water. And then we'll just spread the roots out with our chopstick. Even if you don't have a root rake, we'll just spread them out a little bit the best we can. There we go. Now this is just the sphagnum moss in there. Put it on there. We'll mound it up so we can get it in there, and we'll have it so the roots go down like that. So we'll just spread it out. And if it doesn't sprout fast, it takes about 2 months. Found that out with this one growing in the yard. There we go. So we can get that down a little bit more. Just like that. Spread the roots out so they're going a nice radial downward pattern. There we go. You're going to say, Tom, you going to leave that on there? Sure, why not? It'll fall off later, eventually. But for now, I don't want to damage nothing. And then if I forget to write the label on it, I'll know what it is. So what I'll do is I'll take my bottle here and just spritz. And then I'll take my chopstick and just comb the roots out a little bit more. So I get them in a nice radial pattern. Just like that. Okay, Tom, here's the cup. So we finally found the name of that tune, thanks to good old Steve from Steve's Garden. I know Marisol thought it was a Scandinavian one too, like I did, from Frostbite Bonsai. But Steve was using the old noggin there. He had a good thought. Because I told Marisol and I told Steve that there was a very faint writing on the back of this music box. And with the magnifying glass, he says, don't buy one, just use your phone. And sure enough, it worked out like a champ. Okay, now we're going to take our chopstick and just fire it in. Get all them air pockets out of the root zone. Just fire it in, don't be afraid, fire it in. Fire it in, just fire it in. Don't be afraid, just fire it in. There we go. Give it a little spritz again. Okay, Mr. Elephant, you got to do your job. There you go, Mr. Elephant. And we just go like that. Watering in real good. Give it a nice watering. Now, like it can go from a range of 5 to 7 for the pH. And if you want to, from the information that I found, coffee grounds are good to put in it. And they also suggest if you sprinkle a little Epsom salt around there, it'll also give a lot of vim and vigor to this tree. But I got the Epsom salt put away. Later on in the spring I can do it. Right now that bud started growing a little bit, but not much. So you can see, you can even plant it in a little cup like this, fill it, get your sphagnum moss, soak it real good, stick it in there, stick the seed on the top and squish the moss around it so it's sticking up. So you got at least, what did I have, about 3/4 of it sticking out of the ground. And it'll take off on you. There we go. Just press it down with your fingers. Don't be afraid to press down with your fingers. Just push, push, push. There you go. Now, because I did it so late at night, which is good because at this time of year it's dark already, so once I shut the lights off in here, it'll get some rest after the repotting. And with the sphagnum moss there, still on some of the roots, it'll give it a nice beneficial bacteria to it. So there we go. Spray our little bulb off. Just like that. So, a little bit of a short video for you guys to try out. Easy to do. Just got to be patient, that's all. Okay, so there's our avocado. And being in the basement, there's nothing going to be attacking it. So hopefully if it back buds, then we can cut it back lower and have it bush out more. So we'll see what it does. Let it have a good rest tonight. And tonight, you know what tonight is? It's Tuesday night. And what's Tuesday night? It's detective night. And what detective shows you can find on old-time radio, put them on. I like, during the wintertime, I like a lot of the old Sherlock Holmes ones with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce. Or you can watch some of their old movies. Or Jeremy Brett. He was pretty good as a Sherlock Holmes, too. He had some good ones. And Old Time Radio has a lot of detective shows. Gangbusters. What else? Dragnet. Johnny Dollar. Something like that. I can't think today. But I just want to do a short video so you can know the name of the song. So in the end, those who can pronounce German, not me. I'm not good at languages. A little farewell to the song. Forgot it already. English. After rain, the sun shines. And look at the nice little detail work they got on the house. It's pretty good. And on the inside, they got like a spring in there. I guess to hold the mechanism to keep the thing playing. I don't know, but it's pretty good. So Stuart, my cousin, thank you for the gift. A little memento of my aunt who passed. And later on, I'll put a tag on here, and I'll put some rocks, a rock in there or something, or maybe some sand around there. Let's see if I got it. Oh yeah, I got some sand. The sand will help drainage. Just a little decoration, and I'll find maybe a dragon stone or something later. There we go. Just like that. I got some sand mixed with some worm castings and some peat, but not a lot. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so there we go. Remember, this is live, so whatever I goof up, I goof up. Okay, everybody, cup of tea, put on some good old-time radio, detective shows, or whatever your pleasure is tonight in detectives, and have a good night and take care. I got to get this thing all fixed up tonight. I got so much of a mess, it's not funny. Take care, everybody.